For as grand and titanic of a franchise that Mobile Suit Gundam is, one thing I've noticed with most of the works I've been exposed to is that they don't always handle romances very well. They are usually either very rushed with little development, even if the characters have good chemistry, or sometimes it's the opposite and they have lots of screen time together, but despite them having very little romantic chemistry, they still end up together and it comes across as forced. The worst offenders by far, though, are the ones that are super contrived and happen because of a series-specific mechanic, like new type resonance and kinship, where characters who have very little interaction can suddenly fall head over heels for each other. There are outliers, of course. Some of the romances are very well built up, with good pacing, chemistry, and payoff. I will also establish up front that I haven't seen every Gundam series yet, so I may have missed a few of the better relationships, but based on most of the ones that I have seen, they usually fall flat in one way or another. But today, we're going to talk about what was, in my opinion, one of the most well-built-up relationships in Gundam that got shot in the face and buried at the last possible moment, and this moment still fills me with rage even to this day. This is why I hate Nina Purpleton. So let me set the stage for you. In Gundam 0083, Stardust Memory, our main character and love interest, Ko Uraki and Nina Purpleton, are introduced during the first episode of this OVA. Uraki is one of the Federation test pilots, while Nina is an engineer from Anheim Electronics, an arms dealer who creates mobile suits. She was in the process of delivering 2 new Gundams to the Earth Federation's Torrington base, Australia, when it comes under attack from the Delaz fleet, a Zeon remnant group. Their ace pilot, Anivo Gato, hijacks the Gundam GPO-2 along with its nuclear warhead. In an attempt to stop him, Uraki boards the Gundam GPO-1 and challenges the Nightmare of Solomon to a duel. Because of his greater skills as a pilot, Gato is able to escape from Uraki and the Federation's pursuit team. After the battle, Nina approaches Ko and asks how he thinks the Gundam handles, and this begins their dynamic. A test pilot gathering data on a new mobile suit, and the creator of said mobile suit taking said data to further her work. They continue this sort of work-friend relationship until roughly midway through the 13-episode OVA, after Ko's rash decision to take the ill-equipped Gundam Unit 1 into a space battle results in it being heavily damaged and Uraki being badly injured. Nina, distraught by the Gundam being wrecked, was even more broken up at Ko's injuries during this battle. Later, once the Gundam was repaired and upgraded for space combat, Uraki and Nina's relationship started to become a much more personal one, with them sharing some adorable chemistry. It was also very endearing to watch Ko struggle with this romance, as he's clearly unprepared for it. He's portrayed as a young and naive, yet loyal and straight-laced young man, as he refused to gawk at some of the candid photos of women, including Nina, that were taken by Bernard Mancha, one of the other Federation pilots, and he even went so far as to put these photos in the shredder, much to the dismay of his friend, Chuck Keith. In an attempt to learn how to communicate better with Nina, he picks up several reference books to study so that he can make sure to get it right. Nina, meanwhile, appreciates Ko's efforts and shows interest in the relationship as well, getting irritated when she found out that Ko had planned to take her to a movie, but then chickened out and couldn't bring himself to ask, and she jokingly teases Ko for not eating his carrots, saying that makes him a little kid. It never comes across as mean-spirited, though, and it's clear that they have some good, genuine chemistry. I would say that it's kind of like the Green Lantern and Hawkgirl dynamic from the Justice League cartoon, except not quite as mean. But, just like that pairing, some last-minute treachery ends up ruining the whole thing, even though John and Shire did patch things up in the sequel. So, before I get into what ruined this excellent romance, I should make you privy to some backstory. It turns out that Nina and Gato used to be lovers. That's right. The love interest of the main character is the old flame of the main antagonist. Gato left Nina behind in pursuit of his ideals. And, on top of that, not even once did Gato try to manipulate Nina into siding with him. Not once did he pull the old, "if you love me then join me, or betray your friends" card. Gato left Nina alone, hoping that she could find happiness elsewhere. But when the chips were down, Nina stabbed Ko in the back all the same. As Operation Stardust neared its conclusion, Gato enters the falling space colony to make the final course corrections, and when Uraki infiltrates it to stop him, Nina holds Ko up at gunpoint and tells him to back off, not caring that her actions are potentially endangering the lives of millions of people and that she is siding with what is essentially the remnants of a space Nazi organization and their open rebellion against the Earth Federation government. Never mind the fact that Gato already stole the Gundam Unit 2 and nuked the Federation fleet with it. Never mind that Nina has already seen firsthand the impact that a colony drop has on the Earth. And never, ever mind the fact that she is completely betraying Ko's trust and love because she decided to get sentimental about a man who abandoned her. If Gato had done the dastardly villain thing and tried to manipulate her, then I could have a bit more mercy. But given the build-up we're presented with, it just makes Nina come across as terrible and wishy-washy. She was half of what is, in my opinion, one of the most well-built-up romances in all of Gundam, and she just shot it in the face. And what does she get as a reward? Gato knocks her out and sends her back to her fleet. Once the battle is finally over, Nina finds Ko again on Earth, wandering a field near where the colony landed, and she gives him a smile. And that is the last note that 0083 ends on. That frame of Nina smiling as if she did not just betray Ko and all of Earth while she was at it. So, that is why I hate Nina Purpleton. She completely ruined a romance that had excellent build-up, believable chemistry, and very good pacing. She completely flushed it down the toilet for stupid reasons and deserves every ounce of hate that she could possibly get. So, Nina, you can go join Rekua and Mimi in the dumpster next to all the other weak reason traitorous scumbags from the Gundam franchise.